and that's the way love goes. TikTok is telling y'all exactly what the Good morning, Miss Linda. How you doing? How are you? Good morning, BKL. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. We're doing a little bit of last step setting up over here. Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? Happy Friday. Y'all, I'm still a little bit tired. I'm this new dosage, man. It's I don't know. I may go back down next month. I'm gonna give it a lot of thought. I'm hoping that my body gets acclimated to it, but I'm still like, yeah, still like going through. And I'm happy to be here. I'm glad you guys are here. We're gonna do another 30 walk today for me. If you're walking with me, awesome. If not, it's not required. If you're just listening along, listen. I'm glad you're here. I am glad that you're here in whatever capacity that you can be here. Let me finish my last little bit of setup here, and then we will be good to go. Good morning, Facebook, YouTube. Glad you guys are here. Good morning, my TikTok friends. Glad you're here. How has your week been? How is everyone's week been? You know, on Fridays we talk about wins. So, what have been your wins this week? How have you found or had any success? Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. No complaints. No complaints at all. No complaints. No complaints at all. I'm just happy to be here. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but I have a plane just above my head. All right, let's get this party going. Good morning, Tanya. Glad to have you. Glad you're here this morning. It's Friday, and it's a special Friday. It's Mother's Day weekend. Woo! So I'm going to. Good morning, Sonia. Glad to have you this. I think it's Sonia S. Gray. Let me say what's on the screen. Good morning, S. Gray. Glad you're here this morning. Yeah, Miss Linda, I'm with you on that. This is one of those days where it definitely feels like, listen, I made it through. Were you able to get your walks in, Miss Linda? Like, I feel like I was able to get the 3 walks that I committed to, and so I'm that's really a big win. I also did like I'm preparing for the weekend, so I'm gonna wrap all of my like household cleaning up today. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for the glitter badge. Thank you for making moves. Yep, thank you for the glitter badge. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. Not yesterday. Well, I'm glad you made it back today. Sometimes you just need to rest. My son, he had his dance competition last week, and his allergies have just been, some a lot of times with my kids, I try to push them. So I'm like, unless you sick, we need to keep going. And then finally, like after the third time, I was like, he needs a break. And so my husband and I had already talked about it. And he wasn't taking a break from school. He's missed a lot of school due to dance. And so I just let him skip dance last night. And I think it was needed. I said all that to say, I think the same is probably true for us. And yes, we do need to take a break. We do need to slow down and stop. And so I'm glad you were, able to take that break. Even if you did just a little bit less than what you normally would do. I know going from 5 days to 3 has really helped me just reclaim a little bit more of my energy. This week is an anomaly. This week and last week have been kind of anomalies because I've on medication. So I think it's the medication. I think my side effects are just a little bit stronger than normal. And it's impacting me. It is. It's impacting me. I'm really tired in the evenings. Wasn't able to make dinner last night. The kids kind of had to. But I'm gonna keep pushing through. And I think the child should keep pushing through as well. All right. It's been a great week. So despite it all, despite the challenges, we have to acknowledge them. Good morning, Nini. Despite the challenges, despite being tired, we made it to this Friday. All right. If I have any mothers in the room, happy Mother's Day. We are stepping into Mother's Day weekend. And I want to talk about it briefly because Mother's Day can or also does not mean certain things for certain people. So things I want to talk about in regards to this weekend. If your mother is still with us on this side and your relationship is strong and you're feeling good about the journey that you're on, I want to wish you nothing but tons of memories, great blessings, and everything that you guys decide to do. Good morning, Butter Love. Good morning. So if that's you, enjoy and celebrate that moment. Glad to have you this morning, Butter Love. Thank you for sending me some love. I appreciate it. If you are a child that the relationship, whether your mother is here or gone, is tense or strenuous or just not where you need it to be, it's okay to take this moment and be exactly what you need to be in order to engage or not engage this weekend. Oh, no, I appreciate you. That's okay. I want you to live in that truth. Good morning, Cemetery Girl. Good morning. That's an interesting name. I wonder if you document like history around cemeteries. I'd love to know more. All right. So if that's you, whether they're here or gone, and the relationship was either non-existent, stressful, because that's just the truth, right? Everybody is not this weekend with all the right feelings. I mean, I'm gonna acknowledge that and tell you whatever you're feeling, those feelings are valid. And it's okay to live in whatever decisions you need to make to have the most positive couple days as possible. All right. Who else did I want to speak to? I wanted to speak to my thank you for the rose. I wanted to take a beat to talk to my infertility mamas. All right. I struggle with infertility. I have children that were born out of my heart and children that were born out of my belly. But for a long time, I actually struggled to get pregnant. It was not an easy process. And so I want to make sure that my moms to be, that I just take a minute to honor you. Because I do believe that motherhood begins in the mind. And the moment you decide to care for another human being, you're a mom. All right. And whatever path you choose to take towards motherhood, know that this holiday does not add to or take away from your experience. And if time away is something that you need to do, take the time away. If garnering close to those you love is what you need to do to have a positive next couple days, do that. All right. But how you end up stepping into motherhood, it really doesn't matter. Anybody who has mothered anyone, whether it be taking care of nieces and nephews, taking care of biological children, taking care of adopted children, the journeys are all similar. And again, once you make up in your mind that motherhood is something you're going to choose, you're a mom. All right. And I'm praying that you get all that life has to offer you in that way, in whatever journey that sets you up for. All right. Next, thank you. Good morning, Monica. Glad to have you this morning. I also want to talk to my moms who've experienced loss. All right. For my moms who experienced loss, this weekend could represent a lot of pain for you. All right. And I'm thinking about you. You're on my mind. And it's my hope that you can find peace and solace in those that you love. Good morning, Toya. Or in the time you spent with that child that's gone or children that's gone. You're going to always be a mother. And there's always going to be a sacred space for you to connect with whatever moments you had with that child. So I'm honoring you today. And I recognize that this time might be exceedingly hard. Draw on those you love. Good morning, Toya. I'm just taking a beat to honor all the different kinds of ways that people step into motherhood. Good morning, to love. Like a mom, auntie moms, godmothers, teacher moms, nurse moms. Good morning, Crafty Tay. We see you. We appreciate you picking up these kids, pouring into them positively, holding their secrets close, showing up to all the events. All right. You may not feel like a mom, but you're a mom. That's my aunt moms, my godmother moms, my like a moms, my teacher moms, my nurse moms. You're a mama too. All of you that pour into our community of children, you matter. You're valuable, and you play a unique and special role in helping our kids navigate this world. All right. I'm trying to think. Anybody else? I don't know. I've been nervous about talking about this. Good morning, Crafty Tay. How you doing? Good morning, to love. How you doing? Good morning, Janice. 1965. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I knew it was one more group. And to my moms of adult kids. My mama says, I don't know, I think she's talking about me, but that's fine. Well, she's talking about all three of us because she's got 3 kids. But my mama says the most difficult children to raise is the adult ones. That's what she says. The most difficult children to raise are the adult ones. She's like, take me back, Calgon, take me back. So those of you who have adult children, great relationships, tense relationships, you've now stepped into the in-law role, and maybe that's impacting the relationship you're having with your child, negatively or positively. I want to salute you too. There's nothing more difficult, I believe, than watch your child make mistakes, get hurt by the world, and because they're an adult, there ain't too much you can do about it. Because if you save them too much, they never become the man or woman they need to be. Right? So for my moms, good morning, 3 little fireflies. For my mothers who you've got these adult kids and you're either trying to stop raising them or it's just hard to navigate life with this adult version of them, I want to honor you too. All right? All right. Good morning, Dion. How you doing? Good morning. Glad to have each and every one of you here today for Morning Motivations. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, like a moms, aunties, teacher moms, nurses moms, moms to be, and moms with a desire in their heart. Happy Mother's Day to you all. What do y'all have planned this weekend? Everybody, whether you're a mama or not, y'all have any plans this weekend? What are your plans? What are you doing? Personally, the last about 5 or 6 years, I've gotten rid of my entire family, and I enjoy a weekend alone. And it is probably the best decision I made in a long time. My husband takes our kids, and they celebrate Mother's Day with his mom in his hometown. And I love it. Some years I went to church at my mom's church with her, maybe had lunch with her. This year she wants papados, and she said a mama adventure, but I don't know what that means. Anyway, my niece has her first dance, so I think I'm gonna go like auntie over there for a little bit, and then come back with my favorite beverage of choice and some of my favorite light bites, and just chill. All right. Today I'm gonna go get a pedicure. I've been wanting one for a while, and I'm going to see the movie Sinners. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm super excited about like just taking the time to kind of care for myself and do some things I haven't had a chance to do, and really savor the alone time. My kids will probably come back Sunday afternoon, and so I'm gonna let them do whatever little Mother's Day things they want to do with me then. All right. Good morning, Dion. Happy Mother's Day to you. Dion, just know, I'm not gonna go into all the details, but I see you. You are loved, and the arms are wrapped around you all weekend. All right? And I think you'll know what I mean. I see you. You are loved, and there are arms that are gonna be wrapped around you all weekend. All right? Dion is going to be cooking for the family. Linda's going to share mothers. So, your mother-in-law did a pop-in. Okay. Mother-in-law in the house. And you're going to share your Mother's Day with your mom-in-law this year. That's beautiful. I didn't know you were married, Linda. That's beautiful. Let's see. Crafty Tay says, I just want a break. Can you take a break? Is it possible? What would it take for you to get a break? Good morning, Miss Patricia. Yeah, I didn't know that. Cool. Miss Crafty Tate, is it possible for you to take a break? And here's what I'm saying, okay? Because I know exactly where you're coming from. Could you just get, if you have children? Because I don't know if it's kids. I don't know if I don't know. At a minimum, can you set them up with all their favorites and just put them in their own pod for a couple hours? And then you be in another house doing your thing for a couple hours. Sometimes you just have to figure out a way to make it work. All right. Well, Dion, as long as you prioritize, she says she's going to have to get some me time another weekend. Just prioritize it. We get so wrapped up in doing everything for everyone else and prioritizing their love and their experiences that sometimes we forget us. I'm talking to me, so if this applies to you. I'm meeting with my boss this morning. I'm going to tell him, hey, take an afternoon off. I'm taking an afternoon off, but for the first time in quite some time, I'm going to choose myself. And then I've just, over the years, I've slowly said, hey. Yeah, my husband's mom is 77. She's getting older. Hey, good morning, Sister J. Rev J. Hello, friend. Yeah. Maybe give them maybe set them up with all the things they like, and then you separate and do some things that you want to do. All right. But that's the best decision I made. I know my son is 12, my daughter's 10. At least 5 years ago. And the first year that they all got put out, I was nervous. I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. And I was like, oh my God, I've been giving everything to everybody else. There had not been a 48-hour period where my time wasn't committed to either the job, the kids, the husband. And so the best thing I could have ever did was ask for that. So that's always my Mother's Day request, is for him to take the kids, enjoy time with his mom. It's hard for a husband to have to choose. He shouldn't have to choose. And I just feel like it's a great opportunity for me to rest. And I don't put him in a tough spot, whether to go home or not. Because my mom is here. Now, married people, that it gets tough, right? Both parents are alive. How do you split your time? That's tough. And so I made a choice to just say, nah. Good morning, Be Digital Love. Hey, Be Digital Love. I'm not going to go in details with you either, but I want you to hear from me. You are loved. There are arms that are wrapped around you, and you're not alone. All right? And you'll know where I'm going with that. All right? Best decision. So if you can, take some time to separate yourself. If you cannot do it this weekend, we've got to get in a better habit of letting these moments pass and not finding time to carve out for ourselves. All right? So even if it can't be this weekend, find time. And I'm saying it to you, but I actually have to preach this to myself on a regular, consistent basis. And now that I've done this on this weekend many years in a row, y'all, it's like my own Christmas. I look forward to it. I'm excited about it. And it gives me quite a bit of joy to be able to celebrate and do this. Oh, you Be Digital Love. Listen, I just want you to know I see you, and I see you. All right, I see you. You got to. All right, I get to do mine this weekend because it works. But if this weekend don't work, find a weekend. All right, 2 hours. If you can't do a weekend, 2 hours. All right, you got to do something. Be Digital Love, I'm doing pretty good. I upped my medication, and so I think I'm having side effects. And there are some things I did not do this week that I could have done to probably lower the intensity. But once I was in the loop, there was no coming back. So next week, I'm committing to really sticking to some of my more appropriate behaviors so that I can get these side effects to dissipate. All right. All right. So that's my thought on that. If it can't be this weekend, at some point, if you're like, nope, there's nobody to keep the kids, that's okay. Set up all their favorites. Pull out a table, put the popcorn, the treats, the snacks, put it all on the table. They movies, and say, hey, this is what the clock says, and this is what the clock says. All right. When the clock gets here, I'm taking visitors. I will not be accepting visitors after this time. All right. Thank you, Be Digital Love. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right. You got to do it. Today, I'm going to do nails today, the Sinners movie today. But I also have an at-home idea. So if you can't go anywhere, watch Forever Love. It's on Netflix. I may or may not have finished it. It's 8 episodes, and it is a wonderful. It's the best 8 episodes of a series, a limited series that I've seen in a long time. The movie Forever, which was written and produced by can't remember the producer, but it was written by Mara Bracakil. She did Girlfriends and all that good stuff. So it's written by her, different director every episode. And let me pause. Forever is based on the Judy Blume books. Does anyone remember the Judy Blume books? Let me know in the chat. Anyone familiar with Judy Blume? All right. Yeah, it's based on Judy Blume's book Forever. So Judy Blume is an author who started her career in the late 60s and 70s, and she wrote a series of books that covered things like periods, becoming a woman, sex. What is it? I don't know if I'm right about that. These were young adult books and teen books and kid books. At the time, the fact that she had books covering these topics was considered revolutionary and taboo. All right. She talked about things like breast development, right? So 60s and 70s, her books were often banned in many places, many districts, especially in the South. I would say in the South more than anywhere. The books were banned. If you wanted to read them, your parents had to buy them. And very few parents bought them. So you were either in two groups, 60s and 70s and 80s. You read all the books or none of them. All right. It was one of those books, especially the book Forever, which is probably her most controversial book because it did dive into premarital sex. And it was one of those books that if you checked it out at the library, you would go home and cover it with newspaper so your mama didn't know that's what you was reading. Good morning, Sage. So Judy Blume, that's the book. That's kind of the premise of this book. Now, I read the book in the 90s because I'm a 90s girl. I didn't read Forever. I read what's her big one? Dear God Is Me, Margaret. And I think Fudge and Super Fudge are her other two. I love Dear God Is Me, Margaret. Loved it. I will probably let my daughter read it either this summer or next. She's going to the 5th grade. So either this summer. And I'm probably very progressive in this area as a mom. Because anybody who got kids now with the access to the internet and all the things, you cannot hide in the bushes when it comes to identity, sex, promiscuity, online sex, pornography. Like, you cannot hide in the bushes when it comes to these topics, and you have a kid in 2025. You got to be listening. You have to be aware. And you got to make some very specific decisions on how you're going to structure your household morally and in reality, because the two are different, in my opinion. All right. So the Forever series chronicles young love and its connection to sex and how these two young people are navigating the first time they fall in love. It was so good. I watched it all, and I'm gonna watch it all twice, probably 3, 4 times. I'll probably spend most of the summer watching it. It was so good. Monica says she's in the Netflix preview club. Hey, how you get in the Netflix preview club? I need access. She says she was able to preview part of this series a few months ago. Oh, Monica, it is so, the music is good. The storytelling is good. If you've read the Forever book, they definitely pulled some moments from the book, but this is a new and a new story. All right. Oh man, I gotta figure out how to get in that club. She said they invited her, y'all. They invited her. Look, Sage says I'm enjoying the need to keep adjusting the pants. That is not a good thing, Sage. Sage says I gotta keep adjusting my pants, so that's probably a good thing. That is not a good thing. That means there's just enough fat for the pants to not sit there. I need that fat to be gone, so they ain't gonna just sit. You're funny. Monica, don't be agreeing with Sage. That's a horrible thing. It's just enough. Just enough that I gotta keep fixing it. But not enough to just stay. So I'm not gonna like tell any secrets about this series. Here's what I do need you to know. It is told which is also a departure from the book. It is told from the perspective of 2 Black families. And so there is these nuances of a celebration of women, Black dark-skinned women, which is a departure from what we normally see in the media and entertainment. It's a slow burn, meaning like don't watch it if you got stuff to do. Also, I don't want to say this. I have a son that's 12. And I was also watching it with this mindset of, okay, can I watch this with him? And if you have kids, anybody, so I have a kid that's 12 and a kid that's 10. My 10-year-old is not ready, period. So no elementary school, no. If you have a 6th grader, 7th grader, it's a little bit more on the mature side. I would say they can watch some episodes, and then others you need to probably pause or skip. So you need to watch it first, and then you decide for yourself what your kids can handle. I think I'm going to cherry pick. There's at least 2 episodes that I'm probably going to stop halfway through and pick up on another episode. Because I know the kind of discussions we've had this year. And so I think it's good. It's a good discussion for us to have this summer as he goes into 7th grade. Oh Lord, be digital love. Have a good day. Enjoy your day. And hopefully you have a smooth Friday. Okay, so Sage says, no, that's good. She said at one point, they didn't need a Justin. They just fit. And you right. Thank you. It's Be Digital Love says, happy Mother Day to all the mamas. Have a good day. Yeah, you right. No, really, it was too tight. Before I started walking. All right. Thank you. All right, so that is my weekend recommendation. Okay, with my parent hat on. So my parent hat on. No elementary. No, I don't approve it for 5th grade or down. 6th grade and up, maybe, depending on your kid and where they are. Good morning, that's D. If they're 6th grade, like if they're going to 7th or they're going to 8th, You need to watch it first. And then I think you could probably get away with showing out of the 8 episodes, 5.25. All right. 5.25. Good morning, Regina. Good morning. He's like, oh, I'm turning over, girl. You know what I do. All right. And then 9 through 12. If you have an immature 9th or 10th grader, they may not be ready. Same thing with 6, 7, 8. If they're a little bit on the immature, a little bit on the unaware side, they may not be ready. 11 and 12, I would watch it. All right. So that's my little mom review. Now, that's my mom hack with my romance. I love a good love story. I'm gonna read me some Danielle Steele hat on. It's so cute, y'all. It's a good reminder of like the first time you felt like you loved someone. That first handhold, the first time maybe a person sought you out. Good morning, Delove. It's really, really good at telling that story. I also think it does a good job of like showcasing that love is not easy, that it has ebbs and flows, ups and downs, but you can still have good quality relationships with a person, which I think is missing. And then for me, more importantly, like it's okay to love a Black girl. And I really like that. I really like that they did a good job of showing like, yeah, I taught for a long time. And so in working with I taught teenagers, especially across Black boys, a lot of them took issue with dating Black girls. They didn't want to. They weren't an option or a choice. They wanted something else, not that. And it would be across the board. And so I think this series is a good reminder, like, yes, we want to be loved. We want to be loved by you. And include us in your options. Include us in your options. This is Forever, Miss Patricia. It is on Netflix. The entire 8 episodes is out right now. And it is really good. I'm going to watch it twice. I also like that it showed Black people in all kinds of walks of life and that there's no one way to be Black. And that actually even within the Black cultures, they come together and the backgrounds across different people's cultures is different, but they still come together and merge. They did a really good job of showcasing that too. The only part, trying to make sure I'm not giving away any spoilers. And then the last part is probably the music. The music was really good. Song selections were really good. A mix of the old and the new. And really the music score alone. I'll be listening to it while I work because the music score was really, really good. They just did a good job of showing how like love songs can be silly the way youthful love can be silly, while also bringing in some stellar, well done current and classic love songs. Yeah. I will say, Monica, that's the only thing. I was folding clothes, child. I ain't finished what I was doing. About 4 episodes in, I was like, yeah, well, everything I wanted to get done just came to a pause. But I'm gonna watch it again. It was really good. All right, so if you're looking for something to do, get your popcorn, get your wine this weekend. Watch Forever. Doesn't cost you much. Pull the wine out what you already got. Popcorn is $1.99. All right. And you really can sit down and enjoy a great piece of writing, great piece of storytelling, and youthful love, which I can appreciate. Forgot about all. I've been married so long, I forgot about all those firsts. Good morning, Tamika. Good morning. All right, and that's my little feedback. Elementary, no, they need to be in another room. 6 through 12, maybe, depending on your kid and their maturity. If I had a high school senior, a bit more on the mature side, I'd let them watch it all. I'm gonna watch some episodes with my kids. I'm gonna skip through some others that are just a little bit more involved than he's ready for, but we gonna watch it. All right. This is I don't know if y'all do this, but in the summers when I really try to have all of my like heavier conversations with my kids, I did with my oldest, and so I got one going to 5th, one going to 7th, and it's just kind of that time to start having some conversations with a little bit more meat on them. And for me, the Forever series will allow me to have a couple of them. Dang, it's 8:22. It is 8:22. All right. Before we wrap, what were your wins this week? How did you win? What went well for you? Where did you succeed? Miss Linda and I both said, baby, we made it. It's been kind of rough. Not all the walks have been what we wanted to be. We've had to miss a few. All right? Talk to me. I got, across all chats, I got about 15 people here. Where did you win? What did you do that was successful? Let's go into the weekend celebrating those things. For me, I got 3 out of 3 walks, even though physically I haven't been my best. Good morning, Ohio. Coupon Mom. Good morning, Crystal. What were your wins this week? Did you double down on anything? Did you prune anything? I'm in my pruning season. I'm cutting things and delaying things. We talked about that Wednesday. All right? You should either be delegating, delaying, or deleting things. That's what it means to prune in business. We talked about that this week. So what were your wins? How were you successful? Drop it in the chat so I can celebrate that with you. All right, Monica says she made herself a priority. Congratulations on putting yourself first in your life. I know work and mom life takes a big role in what you got going on. So congratulations on making yourself a priority. Sage, do you have a win? Y'all may not be here. I know a lot of y'all go to work. Miss Dion, did y'all have a win this week? Miss Tamika, did y'all have a week? All right. Regina says she rested to refocus. Congratulations. She took some time. I love how everyone's tending to their gardens. Ooh, okay. Miss Linda said having tough conversations and not having conversations. So really picking and choosing where to have the value add conversation she needs to have. Crystal started her Etsy. Come on, Crystal. Come on with the Etsy. If you're in the Morning Motivations community, please drop your Etsy link so we can go and follow and favorite. Good morning, Bobby Pines. Good morning. I love this. Keep them coming, y'all. These are some great wins. All right. On my day job, I got 75% through one of the projects that I'm working on. I got much further than I thought I would. That's my win. It's creating space for me to do some other things next week. What's the name Whatever your shop, Crystal, let us know. Sage has gotten clarity for her business, and she's doing restructuring now. Congratulations. Come on with the total restructuring. Linda says she reclaimed her time, honey. Reclaim that time. Like your state, I don't know if she's a state rep. I know Regina can tell me. Like your state congressman, Maxine Waters says, reclaiming the time, and the time will be reclaimed. Okay? I love this. You guys have really been doing the work. And look, we are pushing through. We're all as one big community pushing through. And that's what we have to do in order to get where we're trying to go. I'm not going to lie, between not feeling well and just realizing the things I'm having to delay or even delete, it's got me feeling down. It's got me feeling like maybe I need to give up. Right? I've had to really just reassess and remind myself that I'm doing the right things at the right time at the right moment and to keep going. And every week when we show up, that's what we're having to do. All right? So I'm doing it alongside you. I'm having to choose not to give up on this stuff every week. Even though I'm not where I want to be, even though the coins aren't showing up the way I think they should, I'm going to keep showing up. Yeah, Regina says, love Auntie Maxine, our state rep out here in California. Yeah. All right. We're going to keep showing up. We're going to keep doing the work that matters. And we're going to keep pushing this needle, okay? And eventually we'll get there. At the right time and at the right place. All right. It is Friday. Those of you who haven't already, drop your wins in the chat. This ain't easy, but we're going to keep going. All right. This weekend, all three of the TRM team, good morning, Precious. We're moms ourselves, or we need to take time to reset, or we've got some moms in our world, auntie and son in our world that we're going to be celebrating. So there will be no Sundays with TRM this weekend. Y'all use that time to rest, relax, get ready for a new week. Monday, we will be back. Regina hosts her Mid-Journey Mondays at 7 p.m. Central. So if you want to learn or glean from the questions that are being asked over there, go to Morning Motivations. All right. Tuesday, we do Coloring Calm with Talia. You just need a little time to sit down, relax, and color. That's where you need to be. All right. And then next week is actually a special week. The TRM Learning, it's one of the weeks where when you sign up with TRM Learning, you get all three replays from the previous month and all three new classes because of when you sign up. Good morning, Kelly. Hey, Kelly. I just want you to know I see you and there are arms around you all weekend. All right. Good morning to Shay. All right. So no Sundays with TRM, but TRM Learning, if you've been on the fence about whether or not you should join, next week is the week that you should join. You're going to get all three classes from this month and all three classes from next month. That puts your total at 6 classes for $97. All right. It's a great time to join these last 5 days as we wrap up our April-May cycle and we start our May-June cycle. All right. Good morning. Glad to see you, Tashay. Mid-Journey Mondays with Regina, Color Me Calm with Talia. And then we'll be back on May 18th for Sundays with TRM. All right. Patricia says she's ready. I'm glad to hear it. Y'all make sure y'all get in while you can get the best buck for your value at the end of our teaching cycle. All right. All right. Now, let me take it down. Whew. I actually got way more done than I thought I would this morning because I was like, oh, but I actually got a lot done. I didn't go as fast as I felt like maybe I should have, but I've been on 46 minutes. Let's see. And I went just under 2 miles, 1.95 miles. That's good. I mean, I'm going to sleep good tonight. I'm going to sleep real good. All right. I'm going to transition off so I can get on these people good jolt. For my YouTube and Facebook people, as always, thank y'all for being here. It's a small crowd, but it's a crowd I'm blessed to have, and I appreciate you being here. Y'all know how I do. I got to end this stream